Okay, my lovelies, so relaxing back on your mats and just having a few moments to really tune in to how you're feeling as you lie here. You can let your eyelids close and connect with your breath. Notice if your breath feels shallow today, laboured in any way. And just perhaps bringing the breath a little bit lower to the belly. Feeling the breath rise in your body. Having a moment to ground your energetic roots, perhaps through the soles of your feet like tree roots. However you like to imagine this, connecting down into Gaia. And just have a few moments to scan through your body, perhaps start at the head and come all the way down gently through to the neck and the shoulders and the arms, front of the body, back of the body, just noticing anything that's a little bit painful or irritating you today, down through the legs, down to toes. And always observing your satya and ahimsa, which is your truth and non-harm to your body. Anything you need to gently modify or come out of a pose, please do. And we're going to just check in through our chakras. And today, in the past, we have gone through the rainbow colour of chakras, the 3D. But every now and then, I just like to introduce you back to the 5D colour of the chakras. So drawing your awareness to the root at the base of your spine, Muladhara, and just bring the colour platinum into your mind. And see this extend all the way down your legs to your feet. And then just notice around your lower belly, lower back, your sacral area, a magenta. More than a ball of light, more like a field of light that flows. Solar plexus, a golden rainbow colour here, around this midsection of your body. And then your heart centre is pure white light. Throat centre is a royal blue. And then just checking in with your third eye and your crown, which are both crystal. Noticing these areas in your body. So I'm going to join you lying down and we'll come into our stretches. So on your next inhale, taking your right arm up and over, just letting the hand fall to the floor behind you and raising the toes of the right foot so the foot comes into a flexed position, and then we'll just gently start to stretch. Enjoying how this feels as you lower the right leg and you really lift into the right arm, creating some space in your waist here, your masculine side, Pingala, and then just gently pointing the toes and enjoying a nice stretch over the top of the foot, which activates gently into your stomach meridian. And then when you're ready on your next exhale, just taking the arm down to the side of your body, palms up for a moment into Shavasana. And then the next inhale, we'll take the left arm over, nice and gently noticing the movement in your shoulder. And then toes lifted. Nice flex into the foot and pushing into the heel. A lovely stretch this side, Ida, feminine side. Pointing toes. And lovely stretch over the top of the leg. On the exhale, just taking the arm down. And then when you're ready, both arms over on the next inhale. And here you might just let your chin dip a little, extending through the back of your neck. And then we'll begin to flex the feet, then point the toes, then flex again, and point them again. Just working your ankles backwards and forwards and feeling a lovely stretch through the whole body. And then when you're ready on your next exhale, we can let the arms float down to the side of the body. Palms turned up into Shavasana, and just noticing energetically how your body feels from basically 3 stretches. So we'll draw the right knee into chest now. Hands around the shin. We'll take a lovely deep inhale. And then exhale as we bring the forehead up to the knee. And following the breath as it leaves the body, belly falls to spine. Hold the breath out just for a moment. And then when you're ready, inhale, just coming down. Swapping sides, so left leg in. A deep breath. Exhale, coming up. Let all the breath leave the body, all the stagnant air. Holding the breath out. And then breathing in when you're ready to come down. And we'll do that a 3rd time as we bring both knees into the chest. Deep breath. And then exhaling, coming up. Holding that external kumbhaka just for a moment. And then inhale, coming down. Hold on to your knees and we can just gently rock side to side. And then making some small circles on our back as we feel the outer edges. Just connect within to ourselves. This is lovely me time. Time to be with yourself. And then we'll come up to seated for Paramuktasana 1. Coming onto your cushions, if that's comfortable for you. For our anti-rheumatic warm-up. So joining me in Chin Mudra. Take a moment just to let the eyelids close. Connect again back with your spine, rooting down from Muladhara, tailbone. And then on your next exhale, we can take the chin down to chest. Just pausing here for a moment just to enjoy the stretch through the back of the neck and the back of the body. And then inhaling, taking the chin up to the ceiling. Opening through Vishuddhi, our throat chakra. Trying to still imagine that lovely royal blue here. And then taking the chin down once more. And then up to the ceiling again. Returning back to centre. Tilting the head now to your right. Just pausing to feel that lovely stretch in the left side. Over to the other side. And we'll just do that once more. Right side. And left. Just enjoying connecting with your body. Come back to centre, and then we're just going to turn the head as if we're looking over the right shoulder. And then we'll sweep over to the other side gently. And just being aware if there's any limitation one side or the other. So coming over to the right. I always find I have more movement right side. And a little bit less on the left. Coming back to centre. And then just take the chin down and a full rotation of the head in one direction and then the other, nice and slowly. Feeling in to that whole neck movement. Again, this is very balancing for your throat. And the other way, just gently. Noticing all the funny sounds and noises we have. When you're ready, just coming back to centre. You can blink your eyes open and we'll take the hands out in front of us, stretching the palms of our hands and then thumbs in, thumbs out. Just warming up all of our joints before we come into practice. And then palms up and then down. This is lovely for the meridians in your arms. And rotating gently. Perhaps you're hearing some clicks in the wrist. I always do a few times. Then palms up, deep breath in. Just relax the shoulders if you find that they're up here. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And just how do your elbows feel today? Leaving the fingers on the shoulders and we'll just rotate round. Loosening up our shoulders. And then the other way a few times. Enjoy that lovely squeeze into the shoulder blades that you get as you bring the arms back. Okay, and relax. So just coming off your cushions, and we'll just warm up the lower body. Extend your legs. And just walk the pads of your buttocks out so you feel connected with your sit bones to the mat. And then we'll just wiggle our toes as we did our fingers. So opening and closing toes. And then pointing and flex. Lovely stretch in your calf muscle. And then one foot over the other, we'll just gently rotate. All very, very gentle and simple movements. And then the other way. But sometimes you'll just notice something ever so slightly different. It'll be a very subtle observation. Other side. Perhaps you'll notice one way your foot goes very fluid motion, and in the other it's a little bit strange. Lovely, and release. Just bending your right knee, letting the hands rest behind the thigh, and just working that knee joint. And then hip, just placing the hands on the shin, making some circles. And the other way. And then other side. We'll do knee first. How's everybody feeling today? All good?
Yeah.
And then other side for the hip. Happy hips, hopefully, we have. Other way. Oh, don't worry. One of those things. Okay, bringing feet together. Just coming into a nice butterfly. And let's just have a moment just to feel into the stretch into our hips and notice how that feels today. You can let the head relax forward. How does it feel in your lower back as you tilt? Taking some lovely deep belly breaths. What do you need from your practice today? What's brought you to your mat? Just notice our internal dialogue. As you breathe here, you can really feel the ribs expanding. Okay, gently just lifting the knees up. And join me on all fours for cat-cow. Jackie, just do the seated version, okay? I always like to do this to start with. I think it just makes us very aware of our spine before we practice into any other postures. So hands under shoulders, knees under hips, and just really grounding the base of the fingers and the palms. Noticing the toes touching the mat, neutral spine. And as we exhale, we're going to stretch up into stretching cat. And as we inhale, belly drops into cow. And this is where you may start to notice a little bit of tenderness or tightness in the lumbar or any part of your spine. And knowing what you need to do today through your sequences to be gentle. This is a lovely way to follow your breath. Notice any pauses in the breath between the inhale and exhale. And then we can come back to neutral spine. Okay, turning toes under as we just lean back. It's really nice just to stretch through the plantar of our feet. And then bringing the hands towards the body, we'll come to a standing position. So we'll start with a lovely gentle earth sequence today. Do you remember earth sequence? No. Don't worry. I always go through it. It's a lovely one. It reminds me a little bit of Tai Chi, the movement, actually. So joining me on the left side of your mat, just bring your feet comfortably together. There's 5 parts to the sequence, and each part we just repeat 3 times. So making a diamond shape with your finger and thumb. Deep breath in as we raise the arms. Gazing through your diamond, exhale as the arms come round and down. And then we interlink the fingers. We breathe in as we draw the palms to our throat. Turn the palms away, exhale. And then forwards, inhale. Round and down as we exhale. We'll do that twice more. Breathing in and out. In forwards. Out, round and down. Try to relax your shoulders if you feel tense in the shoulders. Breathing in. Out. Forwards. And then round and down. After that third time, we just take the right foot to the side. Still, we interlink the fingers. Breathe in, up to throat. And now as we turn the hands down, we come into a gentle squat. Coming down only as far as comfortable for you. Inhale, arms forward as before. And then round and down. So twice more into the squat gently. Follow your breath. Trying to notice the beginning and ends of your breath. Once more. Breathing into your throat. Exhale down. And as we come up to standing and our hands come to the ceiling, I'm going to turn to the right hand side. And as you turn, your right leg will be lengthened in front of you. Your left leg slightly bent beneath you. Draw the hands into heart. Inhale. Lean into that front leg. Exhale, extend the arms. Breathe in, coming back. And then arms around and down to in front of you again. Breathe into heart center. Exhale, lean forwards, palms turn away. And leaning back. Arms round and down to in front. One more time. Breathe in. Exhale, lean. Coming back, and then we'll swivel to the other side. As we do so, your left leg is lengthened in front of you. Your right leg slightly bent beneath you. Draw hands into heart. Exhale, lean. And back. Round and down. It's very meditative, this sequence. Lovely way to observe your balance from forward to back. Third time, breathe in. Exhale. As we come up, we turn back to the front. And this time we come into a forward fold. So same with the hands, breathe in. Turn the palms up and away, and then hinging from the hips, not the waist. Coming forward, and if you want to, just take a moment in this forward fold. It does feel really lovely to release through your back. Breathing in when you're ready, coming up. Arms round and down. Lovely stretch for the back of your body, your bladder meridian. Breathing in, coming up. Round and down. How do you feel when you do this? And as we come up, we draw our right foot to our left as we started and bring our hands to our heart center. It's really lovely just to hold the thumbs to your heartbeat. Close your eyes if you feel safe. And just notice that very gentle movement of the heart and the breathing pace. Okay. And releasing gently. Okay, I'd like to do a moon salutation. We're in a gibbous moon, so we're in a waxing gibbous. So joining me at the top of your mat, we're going to do it nice and slowly. And bringing hands to heart center. Okay, take a lovely deep breath in. And as you exhale, release the arms down. Inhale, salute the moon. Chandra Namaskar. Folding forwards gently. Again, just noticing how it feels in the back. Just pause here for a moment. Feel that stretch. You can bring the hands to your shins if you wish. We'll flatten the back and look ahead of us. And then hands to the mat. We're going to take the left leg back. Bring the knee down to the mat into a low lunge. If you need to just balance gently with hands on the leg, you can as we come up into crescent. And really enjoying just dipping the hips here. Lovely stretch through the hip flexors. Hands to mat and turning the back toes under. Right foot comes back into down dog. Grounding the bases of your fingers and your palms in case you're a little bit slippy on the mat. Really lifting that tailbone, lovely flat back. Deep breath in. Exhale as we bring the knees down and the buttocks back to your heels. From here, we'll inhale as we flow through the pose of 8 curves into Sphinx. This is our first back bend of the day, so come into a gentle one here. It's really nice to sometimes pause in these poses as well. Lift the ears away from the shoulders if they feel like they're hunching. Try to soften into the lower back, and if there's any tension in the buttocks, just release. And then bring the hands under the shoulders and turn the back toes under. We'll push back up into down dog. Take a moment here. It's quite nice to walk the dog. Let's pace our feet gently, just padding, feeling a little bit more of a stretch either side. And then we're going to bring the right leg forward between the hands, which can be difficult sometimes, so doing only what you can. Coming up again into the crescent. And then feet together at the top of the mat. And sweeping up. Salute the moon. Okay. We're going to gently do the other side, and then we'll have a moment to lie down on the mat. Just doing what you can. Leave out the bits you can't do. Deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale. And folding forward as we honour the moon. Lifting the back, looking ahead of you. And then lowering down, taking that right leg back. Knee comes down gently. Coming up into crescent. Really again, enjoying dipping the hips here, open up. Down dog. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower the knees. Bring the buttocks back to heels. On the inhale, we flow into cobra, if you wish, or coming back into Sphinx if the back is tender. And then back up into down dog, lovely push through the arms. And then left leg comes between the hands. Coming into that lovely low lunge, gently raising the arms into crescent. Hands to mat, and we bring the both feet together at the top. Link the thumbs, sweep up. Lovely. Okay. A little bit more challenging than the earth sequence. Have a moment on your mat in Shavasana. Relax. Have a lovely sigh as you exhale if you need to. So just as you lie here, notice the pace of your breath, the pace of the heart, where you might feel any movement of chi or prana, perhaps a little bit of tingling or coolness or temperature difference in your body. Try to relax the legs, buttocks, back, neck, and even your face. We often hold facial tension. Relax the jaw and your cheeks. And just allowing the breath to settle. And just this pause allows you the opportunity to tune back into yourself. What feels good? And then when you're ready, we're going to draw the right knee into chest, left knee. Enjoy a lovely gentle rock here. Again, rolling in some circles on your back. It's lovely for your digestive system. And then we'll come into bridge pose. Bring your feet towards your buttocks, knees are bent. And then palms are facing down at the side of the body. We're just going to do this in a very... Bless you. That's okay. We'll do this gently. We'll work with the breath as well. Palms face down, very gentle engagement into the abdominal muscles and a gentle pull in on the pelvic diaphragm. On the next inhale, we're going to push through the feet and come up. So inhaling, just lifting the body away from the mat ever so gently, feeling a nice gentle engagement into thighs and buttocks. And on the exhale, we're simply going to start to roll down from the upper back, the middle back, lower lumbar connects, and then rolls up as the tailbone rolls out. So deep breath in again, coming up. And then exhaling as we come down. Follow the breath. Notice the ends of the breath and the ends of the movement. And we're just going to continue, keep coming up. Pushing into the heels, lift the arches of your feet if you feel your feet roll in. Feeling that lovely tension and activation in the buttocks and thighs. And as you lower the back down, imagining every vertebrae kissing the mat individually. Coming up again. And then lowering in your own time, you might find that there's a gentle pause at the top of your pose. And we'll just come up one last time. This is a lovely stretch for your knees. This is good for your root chakra, sacral, solar plexus. Lovely for heart as well. As you come down, just extend the legs into Shavasana. And again, you will really feel a lovely little warmth, feeling, activation around the area we've worked where your energy is moving, your subtle body energy. You can turn the palms up into Shavasana. Perhaps there is some warmth or coolness. Notice where the chi moves. And then we'll just bring these in again, have a nice little rock before we're coming to a lying spinal twist, which is very gentle on the spine. And in returning your feet back to that same position, your arms can come out level with your shoulders if you have room. And again, we'll just take it really gently today, a really nice flow where you can really tune into the movement in your body. So inhale, exhale, roll the knees over to the right. And then inhale, bring the knees up to center again. And exhale over to the left, a little bit like windscreen wipers. We're just going to gently move with the breath. If you want to pause one side just a little bit longer, please do. Let this practice become your own. You might find that as you continue the movement, your knees come lower. You start to experience the stretch a little bit more through the side of the waist and up towards the arms. The sensation may start to curl round into the lower back. This is lovely for your spine health, your digestive health, the immune system. So the next time you come over to the right, if you just want to pause there for a moment and just enjoy this feeling, feel into the stretch, notice if your buttocks are really tense and tight and whether you can just ever so gently relax into the pose and feel a little bit more space. Notice the breath and how the breath spirals and moves gently through your body. And then we'll bring the knees up to the center and then just do the same on the left-hand side, just pausing here for a moment and enjoying what we feel, noticing any differences, whether it's easier to relax, whether you're still holding a little bit of tension. And then we'll gently come up to the central position. Again, just take yourself into Shavasana. After any kind of twist, I always like to just let the spine realign. reset. If you need to wag your tail a little or rock the pelvis just to find a comfortable spot, you can do. Eyes closed if that feels nice, just some deep breaths and just tuning into your energy. Where do you feel sensation now? Very different place from bridge pose. So gently we can draw knees in. Have a little rock. I'd like to bring you up to standing again so that we can come into some warrior poses and some trikonasana. So gently in your own time roll up, take your time, avoid any dizziness. Let's come up to standing. Okay, I'm going to turn you all so that you're facing the mirror. And then I'm going to turn back just so that I'm facing the camera. But I shall get you started. Let's take our legs about a leg length apart. And then just checking in with the feet that they're forward facing, not turning out too much. And then we're going to raise the arms. Activate through your biceps by rolling the whole arm over and just the wrists back round. And we can feel that lovely energy, lovely lift through the soles of our feet. Bring the hands back to center, to the hips. So I'm just going to turn this way. Okay. And then turning in the toes of your left foot and out the toes of your right so that you're coming to face me. And then wherever your elbows point is where your hips are pointing, so just come back into alignment. I just want you to, this is something I'm just picking out a little bit. If you can bring your foot just so that your front toes turn inwards a little bit, only a little bit, so that they come towards the midline, rather than pointing out. I'm going to show you how this changes the posture. Bringing the right arm up, and we're going to come into trikonasana. So come into your pose, but then what I would like you to do is to imagine that your front leg, you are externally rotating the thigh outwards, but that you are internally rotating your back leg ever so gently inwards. What this does, in the front foot, you're lifting the arch of your foot, you're stabilising the ankle and the knee. In the back leg, that internal rotation starts to relax the glute and soften the back muscles here. Okay, gently coming up. And we're going to just creep that front foot forwards a little bit as we come into Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Bend your front knee. When you look down, you should be able to see your big toe, but not your other little toes. Lovely upright position here. Gaze at your middle finger of your front hand, your drishti point. Okay, and then we'll come into Parsvakonasana, elbow to the thigh, palm facing up, and then a lovely side lunge here. And this always feels good in the side of the body. This activates your gallbladder. Coming up. And then we'll just take our full feet forward facing. Clasp your elbows. Take a deep breath in as we raise the arms overhead. And then exhale, come forward again from hips. Just take into this restful position. It's nice to hold on to the elbows for a moment. You can feel like you're almost pulling the upper arms away from the body and the lovely stretch of the shoulder blades away from your spine. You can nod yes and shake head no. And then we can drop the hands down to the mat. From here, let's just walk the hands out, almost like a wide-legged downward dog, and just come as far as where the heels want to start lifting off of the mat and enjoying that stretch through the backs of your legs. And then gently we'll just walk the hands back towards the body. We'll heel toe the feet into centre and we'll gently roll up the spine, stacking the vertebrae. Roll the shoulders. Okay. So returning back to that position, we're just going to come into the other side. So feet a nice leg length apart. Arms coming out, activating through biceps, and then resting hands back to hips. Turning the right foot inwards and left foot outwards, so you're going to face the windows. Rolling the hips back round to alignment, and left arm extends. Legs are straight. We're going to come down into triangle pose. And lifting that right arm up, if that is comfortable, otherwise keeping hand on hip. So again, just turning the toes towards the midline of the front foot, just ever so gently. We're going to externally rotate the leg outwards of the front and a very gentle internal rotation, just that very gentle sensation. Gently coming up and then coming into warrior two, so bending into that left knee directly over ankle. Lovely strong warrior pose. Notice how your balance is, and then we'll come into that side lunge. Lovely. Really nice stretch from your back heel all along the side of your body and up to your fingertips. Gently come up, forward facing feet. And again, we'll take our elbows into our hands. Deep breath in and forward fold. Again, just enjoy this rest, the space that you can create through your back and your spine by hanging this way. Drop the hands and then we'll walk the feet in. As we come up, we're going to come into a very gentle chair. So I'm going to turn sideways. So with your hands still on your mat, I really like you to push your bottom out and a nice flat back. And as if you're going to sit in a chair, we're just going to come in and come up into chair all on the way up. So just lifting up and out through it. It's not one I'm going to hold you in today. Okay, come back down to your mat, lovelies. Have a nice rest. Warriors are very good for rooting. They're lovely for solar plexus. Again, just have a lovely sigh if you need to. Give your tail a wag. Rock the pelvis if you just need to get comfortable. Notice where your body feels a little bit more open and refreshed, a bit stronger. Just check in with your thoughts, the internal dialogue. Just witness them. It's lovely to notice through your practice how often you're present, whether your mind does drift into the future or the past, or whether most of the time you're actually here and now with yourself. Very rare sometimes. So draw knees in, right one then left one. Have a little hug, give yourself a little hug. If you want to bring your head up to your knees and stretch a bit more through the back, you can. Whatever feels nice for you. And then we'll roll up to seated. We'll come into some seated postures. Okay. We'll do Paschimottanasana, so seated forward fold. Again, just extend the legs. Just pull out the pads of your buttocks so you feel connected more with the sit bones to the mat. And then we'll take a nice deep breath in. A gentle flex in your foot if you can. And then exhale as we fold forwards. Don't worry if you can't come down very far. It's absolutely fine. Just let the hands rest wherever they want to. If your feet are flexed, you're going to feel that a little bit more through the backs of your legs. If that is uncomfortable for you, just relax. And just breathing in, you'll find the body lift a little bit. And as you exhale, perhaps there's a little bit more room to explore. And then if you'd like to come into the yin style of this pose, just relax your feet. Soften out of the flex. Let the legs roll outwards if they need to. Don't let the spine be so rigid. Just allow everything to soften. I like to let the arms sort of fall closer back towards the body. Let the shoulders relax and round. Soften through the neck and the face. And just some lovely deep belly breaths. Let everything be passive rather than active. Keep looking for tension that you're holding anywhere in the body. perhaps even in the ankles or fingers or wrists. There's always a little bit of tension hiding somewhere. When you're ready, we'll just take a breath and lift the body up. So we'll come into Janushirasana. Draw the left foot into the top of the right thigh. Again, we'll start in a Hatha, more active state. So flexed foot, lovely tall spine. Breathe in, take the arms up. And then extend with lovely length through your body. Let the hands just come down. If you need support under your left knee or thigh, please use a cushion or blanket. You can feel this lovely stretch into the back of your body, back of your leg. Again, this is enhancing flow in the bladder. And then again, if you'd like to come into a little bit more of a yin energy, then just relax the flex out of your foot. You don't have to be so rigid in the body. Let the arms just soften and the elbows soften. And it's really lovely to just feel like the mat is supporting you and you can mould to the mat. Follow your breath. If anything is really uncomfortable or your body is screaming at you, please always come out of your pose. Keep looking for a little bit of tension, maybe in the back of the leg or calf, hamstring, seeing if you can just let go. And then we'll just gently take a breath and come up. Do you notice the difference between the Hatha and the Yin? It's a very different energy, isn't it? Let's just try the other side. You might prefer one or the other. This is why I like to just show and experience both sides. So coming into Hatha, more active energy, foot flexed. Inhale, arms up. And then folding forwards. Being a lovely stretch in the back of the leg, behind the knee. Again, support around your right hip if you need to. Using the breath, inhale, we lift ever so gently, or the body feels like it naturally does. Exhale, you can just explore a bit more of a fold in the pose. And then if you want to come into a little bit more of a yin energy, just relax everything out. You can feel that surrender, can't you, when you just let everything go. The leg may rotate outwards. There's a little bit more of a softening through the back and the head and neck. Just witness your thoughts. Follow the sensation in the body. Relax shoulders. And then when you're ready, we'll just gently lift up. Just come back on your mat now, just because we've had a few forward folds. Relax your back. Again, just have a little wriggle through your body if you need to. I'd like to counterpose in a moment the forward folds with just a very gentle back bend. Take some deep breaths and tune in to what you're feeling, where you're feeling it. Just enjoying the pause between poses. When you do feel sensation in the body and it is centered in a certain place, notice if thoughts or feelings come around that, whether there are memories or colors that come to mind when you tune into how your body is feeling. Everything, it's not just a physical practice, it is holistic. We are a combination of breath, body, emotions, awareness, memories, all sorts of things. So giving the knees a little hug into chest. Take a nice gentle rock. Coming up to seated. If you can make your blanket into a little square cushion rather than rolled. This is bench. We do this often. It's a really lovely, gentle curve to the spine. Opens into thoracic. So if we take it behind us, but probably 2 or 3 inches away from the body, and then we're simply going to lie back over it. And then just rest down. I know, it's the best, isn't it? If you feel it's too low, you might want to just sort of reshape your cushion or blanket, but not so that it's curving into lumbar, more so that it gives the thoracic upper chest the chance to open up. And it's just a very gentle counter pose to the forward folds that we've just held. Make sure your neck feels supported. It's not too much of a lift, so you shouldn't strain the neck. And just breathe. And here we can engage 3-part yogic breath, Dirga breath, where we breathe into belly, up into chest, and then up towards the head. So let's just together breathe the 3-part breath. So belly, chest, head. And a nice slow exhale. And again, belly, chest, head. Slowly exhaling. Very lovely for calming your nervous system, engaging that parasympathetic. Notice if your exhale starts to become slightly longer. And then you can just return to normal breath. Very gently start to just lift your head away. Come up just enough to pull the blanket away from underneath you. Come back down and just observe that lovely difference that you feel in your body. We've not had the body lifted very high, but there is a lovely, lovely sensation afterwards. And so, as always, it's really lovely to end with an inversion. If you have your moon cushions close by, we're just going to raise the legs into waterfall. So bend the knees, just bring the cushion behind you, just lift up, just roll the buttocks just ever so gently so you can just keep create a little lift. If you don't want to use the moon cushion, you can use your blanket, whatever feels nice, but just a very gentle inversion before we come into relaxation. If you've got a blanket, it can be nice to put it over your feet, like create a waterfall if your feet are cold. So just close your eyes here. You can tuck the chin in gently if that's comfortable. Draw your awareness to your throat chakra, that lovely royal blue, your third eye, crystal. And just observe how you're feeling, what you're feeling. And perhaps you can also bring your awareness to your belly breath. Very, very nourishing pose, this. Anyone who suffers with excess fluid around the legs, feet, ankles. And very restful for your heart. As you consider your practice today, notice what you've enjoyed, what felt good, what has been perhaps a little bit more challenging or a struggle. And sometimes the poses that we don't like when we're in them, they actually feel quite nice afterwards. So just gently now, we can just lower the feet down, bend the knees. Gently pull the cushion away from you. Come into Shavasana. I'd just quite like to, before we finish, just do a little banana one side and then the other, because we've come forward, backwards, twisted, and just a nice side stretch. So bring your feet to the lower right corner of the mat. Bring your right foot over your left ankle. It just keeps it from creeping back to the centre. And then just gently lift your upper body so that you come to the top right corner. So we're bending and feeling a stretch through the left, banana shape on the mat. Try to relax your buttocks and lower back if you find that there's initially some tension there. If you want to raise your arms overhead, you can. That just encourages a lovely stretch, more so through the left side. You can draw the hands and arms into cactus, bending at the elbows. Or if you're most comfortable with the arms by your side, you can remain there. Again, this is lovely for your gallbladder. Follow your breath. As you breathe to belly, just see where the breath feels like it moves a bit more in the body in this shape. Perhaps it feels like your left lung opens up a bit more. There's more movement in the left side of the ribs. And then gently, let's just come back through centre. Just have a pause in coming back into neutral spine, just a breath. And you'll witness the lovely sensation in the left. And then we'll bring the feet over to the lower left now. Left foot over right. And then again, bringing upper body over to the left. And then whatever you did with your arms the first side, you can do the same if that feels nice. Arms overhead, or cactus, or resting by your body. You choose. Some days you'll want to do different things. Relax the buttocks. Notice if you're holding tension in the side of your waist. And again, just breathing, following the breath and the slightly different sensation this side. Just enjoy being in your body. How does your breath feel? Does it feel very gentle and peaceful? And then we'll just take a breath or two more and come back to the centre in your own time. Just again, one breath or two in Shavasana. Just let everything realign, feeling like the little cartilage between the vertebrae are just plumping back into their natural cushions. And then we're going to come into relaxation now. So if you want to remain seated, pulling a blanket over you, using the bolsters under your knees if you wish, or you would prefer to come to seated, it's entirely up to you. Just make sure you're lovely and comfortable. So just gently relaxing your body first. I'll guide you through, and then I'm going to take you on a little journey. We will use the fifth dimensional energy of the colours and bring in some archangel energy, just as enjoying some spiritual advisors. So relaxing now the top of the head, your hair and your scalp, softening your forehead and your eyes and the ring of muscles around your eyes. Relaxing the cheeks and cheekbones, the lips, your whole face. Relaxing the throat and neck, shoulders and arms, all the way down to your hands, fingers and thumbs. Softening the front of your body, the digestive system, sides of your body and the back of your body, the whole length of your spine. Relaxing the buttocks, hips and pelvis, the thighs and your knees, shins and calves, ankles, the tops and soles of your feet and all of your toes. Relaxed from head to toe. And with every out breath, you find that you relax just a little bit more. I'd like you to imagine that you are on a beach that you know. And surprisingly, in front of you is this enormous crystal pyramid. This pyramid has a door. And you are invited to step into this beautiful crystal pyramid where you can sit down in the centre. You know that you are safe and loved and cared for. And gently the door closes and the pyramid starts to rise, nice and slowly. It lifts up into the air and travels a little way out into the cosmos, out into the universe. You're excited and open to this opportunity. Gradually, the pyramid starts to slow and comes to a stop. As the door opens, you're curious as to where you may be. You step out onto a beach, but it's unlike a beach you've seen before. There is a fleck of platinum within the sand that resonates with the fifth dimensional root chakra. And as you step out, you notice two figures a little way ahead of you. There's a loving feeling coming from them, and as you draw closer, you notice it's Archangel Gabriel and his female counterpart Hope. You walk through this platinum sand and you cross the little breakwater, just stepping over. And into the next beach, you notice there is a little mix of magenta here. The angels walk with you. And it's just curious. This is linked and resonates with your sacral chakra, the center of creativity and passion and relationships. Just try to see these colours in your mind. As you walk a little further and cross over the next breakwater, you come to the sand and it's a golden rainbow colour. And here you are welcomed by Archangel Uriel and Aurora. This sand is so curious to you. You can see and feel your feet walking through the sand, slipping through your toes. There's a feeling of confidence here, a real lovely balance of motivation and power, not in an ego way, but in a self-reliance way. You walk a little bit further around this little island to the next breakwater and beach. And the sand here is pure white, pure glistening white. Archangel Chamuel and Charity welcome you. You might start in your mind's eye to notice their faces or the energy that extends from these spiritual beings. There is an enormous amount of love that surrounds you as you walk through this little beach. The compassion in your heart grows. And then as you come to the next beach, crossing over the breakwater, the royal blue linked with the throat chakra is linked and mixed in with the sand here. And you meet Archangel Michael and Faith. Just feel the loving sensation you get from these beings. The linking of truth and heartfelt communication. And just noticing how this feels. As you walk a little bit further, you cross another little breakwater. And the beach here has a crystal essence here. You're greeted by Archangel Raphael and Mary. Your intuition feels enhanced. There's a beautiful feeling of connectedness to yourself and your soul. And as you walk a little bit further, crossing the breakwater again into a very similar beach crystal effect, you're greeted by Archangel Jophiel and Christine. Here, there is just that wonderful feeling of connectedness to the whole. Everything is one. There is no separateness, duality fades. And in this 5D energy, it is all about connectedness. That we all come from the same source. There's no good, there's no bad, there's no right or wrong. Perhaps we see that some people are missing alignment. They're just out of alignment with their soul. You might find that there's a little palm tree that you wish to go and sit beneath just for a few moments to absorb this energy before you have to return. Just take a few moments. Gently, you find your way back into that little pyramid. And your journey starts back, coming back down to where you started. You're back on Mother Earth. And you're back in the room. There's no need to move just yet. You can just take a few more minutes to just enjoy this space. Take a deep breath now. And you can gently start to maybe rock the head from side to side. Wiggle fingers and toes. Perhaps think of a sankalpa, an affirmation or a statement that you like to repeat to yourself. One of mine is, I am always well. And just return to this every now and then, not just when you're on your mat, but throughout your day. Another one I love to use when I'm teaching Reiki is, give me love, light, healing and protection. Just a little phrase of your own. So you can just start to have a lovely stretch now. Maybe take the arms overhead in a full body stretch, or however it feels good to move. You can draw your knees in for a lovely hug and a rock. Feel into the back. And then in your own time, coming to seated, I invite you to join in with 3 Oms if you wish. Otherwise, you can just listen. So, joining me in Chin Mudra, just let the eyelids gently close. After the 3rd Om, there is just a small silence where you feel the resonance of that vibration in your body. So, taking a lovely deep breath in. Just feel that vibration. And then we'll bring the hands to heart. Just rub the palms together. Feel the energy, the prana, your chi that you generate in the palms of your hands. That lovely warmth. And then we'll palm the eyes. And as you blink, gently blink, you'll feel the warmth into the eyeballs. And then part the fingers gently, letting the light through, bringing hands back down to heart center. Om Shanti. Namaste.